present to you a small country that is known for the fact that it can only populate 20% of its territory. And the capital of this country is mentioned 4 times in the Guinness Book of Records, and it is also known for something called door to hell. The country that I'm going to represent today is Turkmenistan. It is also my motherland. I spent 16 years of my life in Turkmenistan. The country is very dear to my heart, and I hope that you will enjoy the speech. By the end of the speech, I hope that you can know more about Turkmenistan in general, about the capital, Turkmenistan, Ashgabat, and some aspects of the Turkmen culture, like hospitality and use of furniture. And also, I hope that you will be able to name 2 reasons why it's good to know Turkmen language, and you will be able to introduce yourselves in Turkmen language. So, Turkmenistan is located in southwestern Central Asia. It borders with countries like Iran, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan, and the Caspian Sea. This is the deserts that occupy 80% of the country, and that's why 80% of the country is uninhabited. There are 5 regions in Turkmenistan. The regions are something that, like the 50 states of the United States. They are Balkan, Dashavut, Levat, Mari, and Ahau. This is the flag of Turkmenistan. Okay, Ashgabat is the capital of Turkmenistan. It's also the largest city in the country. This is just a picture of some of the apartment complexes. These are the new apartment complexes that have been built after Turkmenistan has become separate from the Soviet Union. But there are still some apartment complexes left from the Soviet Union era, and I grew up in one of these kind of apartments. Turkmenistan is very big on building white marble buildings. It is actually one of the reasons city Ashgabat is also called the city of white marbles. But in Persian, the name Ashgabat is translated as city of love or city of devotion. As I mentioned to you, the city is mentioned 4 times in the Guinness Book of Records, and I just wanted to show you the pictures of the places that I mentioned. This is the largest flagpole in the world. It's 133 meters. This is the largest fountain located in the city Ashgabat, and this is the largest star in an architecture. And lastly, this is the Alum Entertainment Center that is known for the largest Ferris wheel in architecture. So as I mentioned earlier, Turkmenistan is known for something called the door to hell. And I wanted to tell you a little story about this place. Back in 1971, when Turkmenistan was still part of the Soviet Union, the Soviet geologists went in search of some oil, and they thought that they discovered a good spot, and they started drilling. But the site collapsed, and it took all the equipment with it. And in the beginning, they didn't think that it posed many big dangers. But what happened was it created the craters of natural gas. And natural gas was burning. And as you know, natural gas consists of methane, and it is, thank you, and it is highly inflammable, but it also takes away oxygen. So the wildlife started dying, and the scientists didn't know what to do, so they decided to lit the thing on fire. And they thought that in a few weeks, the fire will go away, natural gas will be burned, but it actually now turned to a half a century of bonfire in the desert. And these are more of the pictures. Many tourists go to the site today. Some of the aspects of Turkmen culture. This is something called sachak in Turkmenistan. We don't always eat at the table. I grew up in a home that didn't have much furniture. In our living room, we had a TV, and we didn't have nor sofas or chairs or anything like that. We just make little cushions from the from the little mats and put pillows on the walls, and that's how we use those things for furniture. And lastly, I want to talk about Turkmen language. Turkmen language is the branch of the West Oghuz language, and it's part of the Turkic language family. So if you were willing to learn Turkmen language, it would help you also to know languages like Kyrgyz, Kazakh, Azerbaijan, Uzbek. When I was actually a student in Bulgaria, there were a lot of students from those countries, and I could understand what they were saying just because we know the language from the same family. And lastly, the Turkmen language is good to know because we as a country are very rich in natural gas and oil, and so we are big partners, business partners with countries like the United States. So there's a big demand now for Americans to know Turkmen language. So I placed the little papers in front of you guys so you guys can learn to introduce yourself in Turkmen. I'll be checking up on you every time I see you and how well you know your introductions. And I would like to conclude with one quote. It was said by Augustus from Hippo, and he said, "The world is a book, and if you don't travel, you only read one page." So I hope that by my presentation today, I made you feel like you read a second page in the book of the world. Thank you for your attention.